Hi there. I and my friend Buddy English are sending our regards, and today we will be doing some ACT English section test questions together. So, without further ado, let's share the PDF. Okay. Uh, we're gonna do a passage today. Its title is Ukulele Life or Ukulele Life. My older sister was a guitar buff and my idol when I was growing up. Okay, if the writer were to delete the underlined portion, the paragraph would primarily lose an indication that the narrator learned to play guitar at a relatively young age, be an indication of why the narrator became interested in playing the guitar. Yes, so B, because she says or he says, my older sister was a guitar buff and my idol when I was growing up. She would teach me songs on her acoustic guitar now and then after school, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that is the reason why we should keep that. If we delete the underlined portion, we wouldn't understand why this person, the narrator, became interested in playing the guitar. So the right answer is B. Moving on to two, I began um, I began carting my guitar around everywhere, to school, to work, blah blah blah. Okay, so number two, I think F is the best answer because he gives an explanation or um, a list of places where he is taking the guitar to, like to school, to work, to friends' houses. So, as you know, we use a colon if we introduce a list or if we have a clarification or explanation of something. And that's uh, exactly the case for using the colon here. So F is the best answer. 2F is the best answer. Number three, friends' houses. That's easy. Houses of friends. So we have a possessive case and we have a plural noun, friends. So we have friends, comma, houses. So in this case, we will choose C. So C is the best answer. All right, so let's move to number four. Let's read number four. Years later, my guitar accompanied me on business trips, uh, period. No matter where I was, comma, playing it made me feel a little bit closer to home. It doesn't make any, uh, it, it doesn't have a problem. It sounds natural. So no change is the best answer. Okay? Yes. Let's move to number five. I couldn't locate my guitar on the luggage carousel. Panicked, I assailed airport personnel who assured me, blah, blah, blah. Which choice best illustrates the fervor with which the narrator communicated with the airport personnel? Should we say assailed, approached, questions, contacted? The other ones, approached or contacted or whatever, does not show any enthusiasm or any hecticness in the thing. So assail is actually the best choice. And assail could also mean to um, like attack forcibly or something like that. Okay, so the best answer is A, no change. Okay, how about number six? All right, okay. Yeah, when he contacted or assailed the airport personnel who assured myself. We cannot use a reflexive pronoun here. There's no, it is not correct to use the reflexive pronoun because he is not the person who assured himself. So he doesn't, it doesn't mean I assured myself. No, other people assured him. So we should say when he is telling us, who assured me. When he contacted the airport personnel who assured me. So J is the best answer. Okay. How about number 7? Let's read number 7. At that moment of my extended trip, continuing the trip without it seemed impossible. Okay, so trip, extended trip, and at that moment, what we care about is that at this moment, continuing the trip without it seemed impossible. So, only moment is the right answer. Uh, very moment during time in Honolulu doesn't add anything to our context. Moment due to the fact that I was on an extended trip also doesn't is not required. What he wants to say is that on that trip, at that moment, without his guitar seemed impossible. So only moment is the best answer. Remember that on the ACT, being simple and short is appreciated if the sense is clear. Okay, so here the best answer is D. Moving on to 8. Okay, my worries began to dissipate otherwise as I walked out of the airport uh, and upon the balmy Hawaiian air. Yes, yes, therefore, no, though. My worries began to dissipate, though, as I walked out of the airport. Okay, so though is the best answer here. Okay, and upon the balmy, yes, walked out of the airport and upon the balmy Hawaiian air. Okay, do we say that upon the balmy Hawaiian air? No, we don't say that. So what is the best answer for here? We could say in or into the air. Okay, what is into the air? The worries. My worries began to dissipate into the Hawaiian air. You see? Yeah. So D is the best answer. Moving on to number 10, starting number 10 here. Yeah. In front of me, a man was playing what looked like a miniature guitar. Warm, mellow tones accrued from the instrument or issued from the instrument or appeared or distributed, actually issued from, not accrued from, issued. So J, issued from the instrument, com- complementing the lyrical rhythm of the Hawaiian words he sang. Okay, it was a ukulele. As soon as I could, so the best answer here is J. 10 is J. How about number 11? As soon as I could, I bought a ukulele of my own. Yeah, that's the instrument. Yeah, it's like a miniature guitar. Yes. And I began to linger on the beach. I began to linger on the beach. Yeah, where several native Hawaiians often played. So I think there's no need for a change here. I began to linger, like stay on the beach, like for relaxation and enjoyment. Yes, so I began to linger, beginning to linger on, lingering on, or on the beach. So I think the best answer is no change. I began to linger on the beach where several native Hawaiians. So because if we say on the beach where several native Hawaiians often played, the sentence would not be complete. But when we say I began to linger on the beach where other Hawaiians played, so that would make sense. So the best answer is A, 11A. Moving on to 12. Okay. What does he say here? I also had trouble with dexterity dexterity at first because the neck of the ook is much narrower than that of a guitar. We should say than that of a guitar. Narrower than. So G is the best answer. It's like a comparative adjective comparing two things, this ook and the original guitar, the full size guitar. So uh, he says narrower than. So G is the best answer. Moving on to 13. Okay. When I wasn't working, I was on the beach, losing myself in the bright notes of the uke or the ook. Eventually, I began playing music like Haiya as the locals, locals like Hawaiian. So, what kind of music is he referring to here? Which choice best specifies the type of songs the narrator played on the ukulele? No change? No. Hawaiian classics? Yeah, because he's in Hawaii and he is playing classics or songs, well known and well sung everywhere by the Hawaiians. So the best word or choice to reflect that is B. Instead of saying music, which is a general word, we have a specific thing, which is Hawaiian classics. Okay, moving on to 14. Yeah, like Haia as the locals, I began playing Hawaiian classics as the locals or with the locals. I began playing with the locals. Yeah, so H is the best answer here. With the locals, right? How about number 15, the last one? Uh, and the sound of the ukulele is synonymous with the romance and beauty of Hawaii's beaches. Which choice best concludes the essay by emphasizing the central point made in the first and second paragraph? No change. Or B, all right, let's read it. And I couldn't think of better way to spend my guitar less time. No. And although I was guitarless and far from family, I felt like I was home. D. And even though I was on a business trip, I didn't want to leave. I think C would be the best answer because when he immersed himself in Hawaiian music, although he didn't have his guitar with him, he started to feel home, and that's what he stressed in the other paragraphs. So C is the best answer. All right, thank you for following, and we will meet in the next one. Bye for now.